Good evening. Tonight I'm going over the TPEs of for Domain F and just talking about professionalism and the importance of that on a campus and how I feel that it reflects on where my growth is and everything in being a teacher and being a intern. So, professional growth, I think that I mostly uh, work on being able to educate the teachers on what is important for providing services for our children with IEPs and other students on campus, even prior to them possibly being assessed. And it's something that I work on every day. Sometimes I don't see eye to eye with our general ed teachers only because they think that we should be able to fix students and that an IEP, quote unquote, fixes students. We know that doesn't happen. And so I was really grateful this year to get a new program specialist. We had one last year. However, I believe his goals or focus was in a different area. And this program specialist this year is really focused on working um, as a team to get the students what they need, as well as working with our general ed staff, trying to get them educated in what we're working on. So, um, it's really important to wake up. I think it's every day. It's important to wake up, and by the time you drive onto campus, that you're ready to sit in your car for a second and really make a decision that you're going to walk onto campus with a smile on your face, and today's a new day with the students and the staff, along with keeping um, the focus in mind of trying to create the best learning environment for students um, and staff in general. So one thing that we have on our campus is called the Super Program, and it has had to be kind of modified only because we've had a switch in administration, and there was some confusion of old administration's goals uh, concerning also the SELPA, along with now our understanding of where our district is wanting to go with special education and our super program. So, our super program embraces students who are below grade level and then also are in ACEs, but they also at times support with emotional challenges also and behavioral challenges, but also support IEP students with IEPs. So I coordinate another teacher and I coordinate that. However, it's challenging with our general education staff because, like I said, they expect us to fix things. And so if they have a behavior student, they think that, quote unquote, we should take them or we should fix them. So I've been working with our site um, program specialist in ways of how to educate our staff on how this program can help us and help the students. First and foremost, really help the students. I mean, teachers, they they're going to go in their classrooms and live in their nice little symbiotic world, but I'm more worried about really helping these students be able to learn and then also be able to use these skills back in the general education classroom. And that includes some of our more difficult students that have IEPs. They struggle with behaviors or classroom disruptions and things like that. So we've been working on a flowchart of how to get a student into the super program, or and then we've also been working on a flow chart for students that teachers think they need an IEP. We have been struggling with that because recently one of our teachers, who is a foster parent, just went through the process with her own foster child, and it opened a door of knowledge that they have used inappropriately, and have now decided that, oh, well, if we write a letter, then you have to assess the child. So that's been an interesting thing that happens on campus is, hey, you guys have to do A, B, and C before we just go around assessing children. So we've been working with administration to try and kind of calm that fury. And so one way that we've done that is we've gone and started having meetings. Granted, all general ed teachers go to IEP meetings of students that are in their classrooms. However, this is more of planning for some of the students that are on the lower end of tier 3 that these that teachers have been concerned about. We do run an RTI program at school, so many of these students are already receiving services. And really, I think it comes down to the teachers becoming more patient and understanding of a child's maturity and maturational growth. And it goes back to, even, it was a nice refresher, and I sent this to one of my colleagues today, the TPE 12 of, to appropriately manage their professional times and ensure academic goals are met, understand the procedures applying to those of English language learners and gifted students, along with individuals' disabilities, including implications for their placement in classrooms. And I think the site I work at has been very white-laced and not had a lot of severe disabilities on their campus. And so as situations arise where our students have more extreme behaviors or more moderate disabilities, they're having a struggle working with inclusion. So we're really working with administration and general education staff to make what special education means and show what it means, and include them in planning overall, not just in the IEP meetings, because that's one meeting a year, and for some reason they can't seem to remember what we talk about a lot of times, even if they have a copy of the IEP. We're trying to make things less opaque and more transparent, so they feel like they're included, and hopefully that will help them embrace the goal here. So we've done some visuals. Like I said, we have some flow charts of working, what they need to do to work towards that. We are looking at possibly creating a PBIS for the whole entire, not the district per se, but at least our campus, so that it really lines out exactly what they need to do prior to a referral, not only to the super program, but also for students with IEPs. Instead of getting frustrated, is they need to kind of look back and focus back on what they need to change, which also really looks back on this professional growth. I think professional growth is so much being able to look in the mirror and really know if you're doing your job to your best ability for each individual student. I feel like this time I don't have like anything to show other than the things that I've been working with in meetings. And I attached one of our flow charts and then also a pamphlet that we've kind of threw in there um, to try and educate teachers. So if they have questions, maybe they will go back and research it a little bit before they jump. These are not finished, they are in a working state. So they are not definitely, the teachers haven't even seen them yet. So this is all new things that we're working on. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and thank you very much. Bye bye.